First off, I want to thank everybody tuning into the channel today. And today I'm going to go over my recent win I had in the Columbus Bass Club. I was throwing a 2K jigs little punk is what I stuck with all day. It took me about 10 minutes to get that bite figured out, and then I stuck with it throughout the whole tournament. I caught 3 good fish. We got a 3-fish limit in it. I had a 3-fish limit for 5 pounds, 14 ounces. Good enough to give me first place, but just by 2 ounces. Not big bass. Big bass was 3 pounds, 1 ounce. And I just had a 17-incher that was 2 pounds, 5 ounces, but I was able to put a limit 2 17-inchers in the boat and a 14 3/4 inch, which you will see here in the upcoming videos. What I was throwing was a 2K Jigs Little Punk. It was their new silicone skirt line, and it was called Blue Crab. You see the blue in there? And the Little Punk is similar to a Bitsy Bug jig. You see that head right there? But it's got a lot better skirt. It is hand-tied, which makes it different. It's got a little better weed guard on there, and I like the hooks that 2K Jigs puts in them as well. Now, what was I using as the trailer on this? I was using a D-bomb, a missile D-bomb. It's called Copper Chopper. It's got blue in it, just like that Blue Crab. They are almost identical there. You can see that blue in there, kind of that shadow in there ain't real good. Stand to the side there, see if you can see it a little better. There you go. And how was I rigging this on there? I just had it on a trailer. I had it with the blue facing down. So down towards the bottom, if you flip it over there, and I just ran it up like so, run it through, get it to where your skirt is flat, or your trailer is flat with the jig, like that right there. And that is how I had that. I did not bite it down. I left it full size. I left the jig full size. Sometime on finesse jigs, I will cut those down. The first fish now coming up, you're going to see that's when I got it figured out. I was flipping laydowns right through there, and I happened to cast up into one of them. Right before that, I didn't put the one in there that I broke the one off, but before that, I had one break one of these jigs off. He was another decent one. Would have probably been another, he felt like another good one, 17 to 18 inches. And that was my first fish. And coming up next here, you will see that catch.
The chatterbait with the blade on it, it vibrates a lot, so you can actually like tell if there's a.
I might give you one of these, bud. That's 2 just back to back right there. Problem is he's in the slot, so we gotta take pictures of him in the slot.
What's the legal length, is it?
13, under 13 and over 18. So anything in between we take pictures of. And then I have a formula sheet that formulates. And you gotta hold them like this. Make sure their mouth is closed, tail is down. Mouth closed, tail down. Make sure I got that in there.
You see with this second fish here that's coming up, what happened here was I went to the back of the pit. I felt these shad would have been moving further towards the back. There's kind of a shallower, swampy area back in there with lots of grass in there in the summertime, lots of milfoil. So I figured those shad would have been pushing back, but the water temp was right around 59 degrees, 60 degrees. So I figured they would have been further back. So I kind of pushed away from the rest of everybody, kind of moved to the back fast, which I was kind of doubting that decision because I had those 2 bites right up front, right off the bat. And then I went about an hour with no bites. So I was still kind of focusing on the same thing, the laydowns through there. I was flipping to those laydowns. I was throwing a jerkbait a little bit, mixing it in, but I still felt like that jig was what I needed to be throwing. So I picked that jig back up once again. There was a laydown coming up. Flipped it right up there in the laydown, as you can see. This one was out a little bit from the laydown. He wasn't right in the laydown, but he was just off from the laydown. And then he hit it, and I set the hook, and I knew he was a good one about the time I set the hook in him. Got him in the boat. He was another 17-incher, and up here next will be that fish. This next fish, I fished for about another 30 minutes or so before I got another bite. I knew if I could get one more good bite, I could probably seal the deal. At this point, at the first of the tournament, one of the guys in the tournament caught one over 18 inches. So I knew I'd have to have a good bag to get first place. And I knew I'd have to have one over 18 inches to be big bass. Or usually if you get big bass, you win these tournaments with the 3 fish limit. And they're in strip pits. And usually there's 4 to 10 boats in those, which gets a lot of pressure on those. So you gotta, that's why the finesse jig comes in. You gotta downsize a lot to catch these fish. So I felt if I could get one more good fish, I could really seal the deal and feel more comfortable about going back up closer to the weigh-in. So I kind of went around, I was fishing along, I just knew I needed one more, and I felt a good bite in it, and I didn't let him kind of grab it like I should have. I should have let him have it another second or two, but I got a little antsy when he hit it. I thought he had it, and I set the hook in him, and then I missed him. And I was like, crap, you know? And I had the kid with me, and I said, Kyler, cast up there. You know, see if he's up there with that other jig. I missed him, and then I picked it back up, and he was on there again. Then I set the hook. And I'm lucky we had the net with us, because as soon as we netted him, the hook fell out. It didn't even penetrate his skin, so we did not have that very good. So it was just lucky I even got him in the boat. And then you could see the excitement in the video from when I caught that fish, because I knew once I got that fish that I pretty much had sealed the deal and it'd be close to it if nobody else had caught anything. And I just kind of felt inside that was the winning fish, as you can tell from my excitement in the video. Next time you guys are out, try that little punk or a finesse jig. I prefer the little punk. It is deadly in the pits. That is 2K jigs. Little punk, you can pick those up at 2kjigs.com. Use discount code SNOW10 and then I'll save you 10%. I will include the link in the bottom of this video. Just read down the description. I'll put the discount code in there as well. Until next time, get my next video up on what I was doing to win my next event. I'll see you guys with the next video I do. Thank you.
First by a catcher ever. Oh, there's one. Oh, cast right there. I didn't like take it. Yep, there he is. He's still on there. He came back for it. Get the net. Yep, get the net. Get the net. Get the net. That's a good fish. I'm gonna bring him up over here. Nope, over here. Come this way. Don't knock him off though. Just let him come up and then net him. There you go. Come under him right there, just like that. Yeah! All right. Still not over that 18 inches though. Told you I get a little excited. Look at that. Jig fell out of his mouth. That's why you keep pressure on them and do not let them jump. And never give them slack when you're fighting them. Always keep it on, because that wasn't even hooked in him. It just fell out of his mouth. As long as you keep pressure on it, they will not fall off.
So like if he goes towards the top, just like pull down on him?
Yeah.
Basically.
And they're probably not going to believe me on this one either, so I'm going to have to delete the other photos because they're both 17 inches.
But were they both taken in the same lighting condition?
No.
Well, that might be the difference.
I got to delete all these other ones on my phone.